special guest joining us. He is music producer. He's an engineer. All things music he loves, and he's here to chop it up with us.
And
We
a
welcome
longtime friend.
and a longtime friend. We gotta get into all that. Let's welcome to the Inner Circle podcast. Welcome, part of the Circle family, Alexis Ortiz. What's up,
Hey,
homie?
what's up? What's up? Hey,
Welcome to the show.
Brittany! Brittany!
I know, right? There you go, rocking the Britney,
We
Yeah.
should
representing
have
the
wore
Brit.
Britney shirts. We all
I
should have wore
thought,
Britney
Should've.
I
shirts.
thought that, but I knew I had to rep my ghost face a day before I
Okay.
go see my Scream tomorrow.
You should wear that tomorrow. Well, actually, it's a
I have
fucking
another
tank
Scream
top.
shirt.
Never mind.
Yeah, I have a
Oh.
Scream shirt. I'll be wearing that tomorrow. I'm all over it already. I'm all over it. Welcome to the show, Alexis. How are you, man?
Man, I've been great, man. You know, COVID and everything, I think it's just been a crazy last, 2 years and a half with this thing going on
Yeah.
around.
And also, this show has been in the making. I think a lot of guests who end up coming on, it's like sometimes it's been in the making. You and I have been chatting about you coming on for,
A long time.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So finally, listen, it's all timing, and finally it's happened. So welcome, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm ready for this.
So let's get into it. For our circle friends who don't know, well, first of all, Melanie, you want to tell the people, or Alexis, both of you, how we all met? It was at a little sweatshop, but I'll let you guys say the story.
So I had just transferred from Florida to New York, and we were all working at Forever 21 in Fifth Avenue, which now has disintegrated. But we were all in different departments, right? I feel like, because I was doing cash wrap, your stock, and Charlie, you were a
Charlie
manager.
was a sales manager.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That
that's
was
where we.
like 11 years ago.
Yeah,
Damn.
we were still yeah. We were
Babies.
We were
kids.
babies.
We were
Pretty
babies.
much.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Time flies fast.
Time's going by at a freaking lightning speed. But yeah, that's how we all met. But tell the people, as they can see, you're a producer, you're an engineer. Tell the people, how did this come about? Like when did your love for music start? How did you get into these roles? Let us know how it all began for you.
So I never speak the story, but it was actually I think as a child, you kind of trying to figure out like where do you belong, especially I think around the age of 12, and you figure out what do you want to do in life. You have an idea what your hobby is, especially where at times in technology. I mean, we're still dealing with dial up. DSL still wasn't a thing, obviously. So everything everything was kind of like, like finding information was like YouTube was just a beginning, Pretty much you have to go to like library to get books and VHSs and stuff like that. But I became more. I think it was like dark times as a kid. Like you're trying to figure out like where do you belong, where you fit. And I think there was this book that just kind of like changed my life. And I remember this book. It says How to Become a Hip Hop Producer. And the funny thing about this book is if you ever get it, it has every single number of every record label. So it has
Phone number?
like literally like so if you like it has like all the contacts on the last.
Let me get the number to Def Jam.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you can nowadays, you can walk into these corporations and drop your, not like before. It was just like you won't even get to the receptionist. Now is you able like labels want people that are already made. That's what they're looking for. People that are self-made. They don't care about making an artist because they know there's YouTube. There's so much revenue out there. They're just scouting like some NFL draft. Like we need the best thing and the next big hottest stuff. And that's the way it is now.
Charlie, you first started your podcast on SoundCloud.
Wow, Charlie, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this was way before the Inner Circle podcast.
Yeah.
It was titled, and like many podcasts, as we know, podcasts change till you finally find your niche and stuff. And what's to say we won't change and be something else 5 years from now? But yeah, it was on SoundCloud and it was called Fly Podcast. And yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I think he was just starting up. It was very
Try.
simple, very straightforward. I
Yeah,
remember
try.
that.
Yeah. how we've evolved.
Yeah, exactly.
But Alexis, one of the things that it's just so much to ask you
Yeah,
that
go ahead, man. Go
it's
for it.
crazy because it's so true what you said. Nowadays, not only are these labels looking for these like self-made people, but it's not only like that. It's crazy that it's not only that. It's even reality TV. Back then, they used to have castings. I used to go to not a lot, but I went to some castings back in the day for MTV. Where now, like you said, people want you. Even these regular reality TV shows, they want self-made people. They're looking at your social medias, saying, "Okay,
Yeah,
let's see how many numbers he has. Oh, 10,000. Okay, let's use him because they're looking at it as he has
marketing,
those
followers,
exactly. Thank
for
you.
marketing.
And that's our world nowadays, and it's crazy. And it's the same thing with music. How do you think? How do you feel? Music has changed in the last, let's say, 10, 15 years, and do you think it's changed for the good?
So this is what the first thing that if you notice, nobody's making like okay. I'm sorry. Let me say this correct. Nobody's making Beyonce numbers like in sales of hard copy. Like Jay Z and
Adele.
Beyonce, yeah, obviously the true fans stick to it, but they're not making. I sold a million copies. Like Jay Z and Beyonce make 250 together. Before the 2009, 2000, sorry, 2007 conversion, meaning before everything went streaming, everybody's was hitting the numbers like, oh, a million copies sold in a week. So now a
Damn.
hard copy, selling a hard copy, you got to be a true fan to your artist because the amount of money that they get. Because here's how it is. They get their money from their vinyl, so the LPs, which is like $40. I think they get like a cut like a $5 per vinyl. That's a lot of money for an artist. But as you start to cut from LPs like vinyls, then they go CDs and then digital. The digital is what leaves the most because nobody has time to sit there, buy an album, pop it in the car, and enjoy it like it was. Now it's like, oh, let me just go to Apple Music, call that shit a day. It's the experience. That's what it is. That doesn't exist anymore.
It's so funny you say the experience because back then, and for the people who don't know, I have to put this out there. Alexis is like me, a Pisces brother, power to the Pisces. Back then, for me, it was an experience going to. I don't know if you guys had coconuts or strawberry, like the music place back in the day, or Virgin store. But for me, it was an experience going to the store and buying the album, going home, taking off the wrapper, opening the CD or the cassette CD, and like going through the pamphlet, reading like the things, the pictures.
Credits.
That was in it, the credits, who wrote it, the
lyrics.
producers, the lyrics. Like, oh, I used to get pissed when some artists didn't have lyrics in their CD booklet. I used to be like, damn. Why?
That's how you go to lyrics.com.
Back in the day, or lyrics A to Z. Remember that one? Lyrics A to Z back in the day. Oh, Lord have mercy, we aging ourselves. But like, it was an experience. So it's so funny you bring up the experience because we don't have that anymore. Like, yeah, like The Weeknd dropped an album last week, and it was like, oh, cool, he's dropping an album. We like The Weeknd, but that's it. You wake up just Friday morning, or you stay up Thursday night, and then you listen to it. There's not much of an experience of going out and getting it and reading the booklet. So it's funny how you say that.
That's another thing too is that like when if you guys remember Forever 21, before Forever 21, it was actually Virgin Records. So a lot of big artists used to walk in, sign your stuff. You know, it was all the waiting in line, waiting for like your favorite artist and to get that picture and that autograph. Now that doesn't exist anymore because like Charlie said, 11:59, The Weeknd just dropped this album. Wow. What can you do? Now we have to like what's the experience about? I get it. You got, you throw in Jim Carrey, you throw Quincy Jones, but I want to meet the person. I want to get a sign. I want to take a picture. I want to really want to buy the album physically. That's the whole point of it.
Remember when artists used to do like promotion for their albums? Like they would go to TRL or like I worked in the mall when I was in high school, and there was a store called FYE for Your Entertainment, and that's where they had like the albums and shit. And I remember there was like a band, I forgot, I don't know if it was Creed or some corny band like that, and they did like a whole promotional thing where people got to take pictures if they bought the album. They don't do that shit no more. The closest shit is Comic-Con.
And labels don't give a shit anymore. They just care about we're selling digital, so let's keep continuing with that. and it's 9 cents per. And it's not, and like there's the title pays the most, but like it's like I think the highest is like I think it's $1 from title. I think a penny. I forgot what the numbers were,
But I have
but
a question though. If somebody, let's say, like the new Weekend album, right? If I only like one song and the album, and I buy that song, does that count as
129.
like, yeah, 129? I pay 129. Does that count? I bought the album.
No, just a song.
No, just a single.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like
That's
that back in the day.
crazy.
Yeah.
So an album will cost. So back in the day, there's two types. There's a standard edition and there's the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition was like a DVD, an extra, like it was already autographed or something special with the deluxe, which always costs about like $5 more. But artists, like I said, now artists don't even put a thought into their album covers. Like it's just like, here, shut the fuck up.
That's true
That's
too.
it.
That's true too. Listen, we're gonna get more into this and talk about production and engineering and stuff. But let's take a break and do a little Two Truths and a Lie for the people that may not know Alexis. Let's get to know him more, and even us.
Oh,
Let's see if Melody and I could, although we've known each other for a while, we know each other from way back then. But let's see if we could figure you out. So let's do this little game of Two Truths and a Lie.
Ooh.
So Alexis, tell us 2 truths and a lie, and we got to figure out what is it, the lie, right?
Yeah.
We gotta figure out what's a lie. Yeah.
All right.
Oof, this is gonna be a hard one. Oof. Wow. Let's say 2 truths and a lie. Lactose intolerant, allergic to chocolate,
Damn,
and
that's horrible.
and I'm married.
Oh. I know the. Do you want to say that at the same time? Which one we know is a lie? Melody.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. He's married.
You're married.
Yeah.
Well, we know that. That's a lie.
Yup. Because obviously the
You're
two
allergic
truths are,
to chocolate?
well, if he's lactose intolerant.
Lactose intolerant, yeah.
Well, no. So, but if you're lactose intolerant, aren't you somewhat allergic or intolerant to chocolate? Because that has milk too, no?
So yeah, I'm allergic to chocolate, and I can't, like, it's funny. I had to start cutting down like anything that's like seed based, like corn. Like I just found out I can't eat popcorn anymore. That's crazy, and I still do it. So
That's
everything it
wild.
started with dairy. Now it's like seed based.
You know, the older we get, like the more allergies like arise. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird. But
I'm nervous.
I want to go to an allergy doctor and see like what I'm
Oh man,
allergic
they're gonna poke you with everything they got.
They're gonna poke you with mad. My grandmother did it,
Really?
and they poke you with mad needles, and then I guess if your skin raises, that's how they know you're allergic.
Correct.
Yeah.
I only know that I'm
Okay.
allergic to fake jewelry. So
That's common. That's common. That's common. That's very common.
that's not common. People be
No, that
walking
is
around here
common.
with fake jewelry.
I mean, I can't even walk with a fake nose ring or fake earring because I use some. I don't know, maybe, but I notice like sometimes with me, I'll start to like red. Like that's why I don't even rock it
Yeah.
anymore.
My shit will turn green.
Oh Jesus, I never got that one.
All right. Well, let's get back into the music stuff. Could you tell us? Because even for me, well,
Go ahead.
I know a little more.